Beneath the shingles of almost every modern home, an unseen furnace roars. It's your attic, often reaching temperatures that can literally cook materials, warp wood, and force your air conditioning system into overdrive. This intense heat doesn't stay confined, it radiates downwards, turning your living spaces into a battleground against relentless warmth. We spend fortunes trying to cool our homes, yet often overlook the very chamber above us that's actively sabotaging our comfort and draining our wallets. It's a fundamental design flaw in many contemporary constructions, trapping heat with alarming efficiency. For generations, our understanding of home construction has evolved, yet in many ways, we've drifted from basic principles of natural ventilation and thermal dynamics. The drive for tighter, sealed homes, while intended to improve energy efficiency, often creates unintended consequences, particularly in the attic space. Without proper pathways for hot air to escape and cooler air to enter, an attic becomes a heat reservoir, a thermal battery constantly discharging its oppressive warmth into the rest of the house. This isn't just about discomfort, it's a silent, constant strain on your home's structure and your finances. The consequences of a superheated attic are far-reaching. Beyond the obvious spike in air conditioning bills, extreme temperatures can degrade roofing materials, shorten the lifespan of insulation, and even cause structural timber to warp or crack over time. The constant thermal stress can lead to premature failure of electrical wiring and ductwork. Imagine the cumulative effect of summer after summer, your attic silently deteriorating, while you pour money into an AC unit struggling to counteract an avoidable problem. It's a cycle of inefficiency that most homeowners unknowingly perpetuate. To truly understand the problem, we must briefly revisit basic physics. Heat rises. It's a fundamental law of nature. In an attic, solar radiation heats the roof surface, which then radiates heat into the enclosed space. This hot air, being less dense, wants to escape, but without a clear path, it simply accumulates. Meanwhile, cooler air struggles to enter and displace it. This continuous buildup creates a superheated zone, acting like a convection oven for your entire home. It's a simple thermodynamic principle, yet one frequently overlooked in modern building practices. Many believe that simply adding more insulation will solve the problem. While insulation is crucial for slowing heat transfer, it doesn't eliminate the heat itself. Think of it like a thermos, it keeps hot things hot and cold things cold. But if the attic itself is a furnace, insulation merely slows the rate at which that heat penetrates your living space. It doesn't allow the hot air to escape. In fact, improperly installed insulation can sometimes exacerbate the problem by blocking critical ventilation pathways, trapping heat even more effectively. Faced with this issue, modern solutions often involve complex and costly interventions. Homeowners might be advised to install powerful attic fans, which consume significant electricity and can even create negative pressure, pulling conditioned air from inside the house into the attic. Others invest in expensive radiant barriers, which can reflect some heat but don't address the fundamental need for air exchange. These solutions, while sometimes effective to a degree, often treat symptoms rather than the root cause, and invariably come with a hefty price tag and ongoing energy consumption. But what if there was a simpler, more elegant solution? A method rooted in common sense, understood and implemented long before the advent of electricity or complex building codes? To find this answer, we need to look back, not to cutting-edge technology, but to communities whose very existence depended on practical, sustainable living. Communities that built homes to last, and to remain comfortable, without relying on fossil fuels or elaborate machinery. This quest takes us to a unique group of people, whose wisdom offers a profound lesson for our modern predicament. For over 2 centuries, the Amish have built their homes and communities with a deep respect for natural principles and efficiency. Their way of life, eschewing modern conveniences, forces an intimate understanding of how things truly work, especially when it comes to shelter. They've mastered passive design, not out of ideology, but out of necessity and a desire for self-sufficiency. Their homes, often constructed with remarkable speed and communal effort, are designed to be comfortable year-round, without the luxury of air conditioning. They inherently understood the critical role of the attic. The Amish solution isn't a complex device or a high-tech material. It's a profound understanding of air movement and a commitment to simple, passive ventilation. For generations, they've ensured that their attics breathe. They don't seal them up like modern homes often do, instead, they consciously design for continuous airflow. This isn't about creating drafts in the living space, but about allowing the superheated air in the attic to escape naturally, and cooler air to enter, creating a constant, gentle exchange. It's a testament to the power of fundamental design principles. The core principle the Amish intuitively harnessed is the stack effect. Imagine a chimney, hot air rises and exits at the top, drawing cooler air in from below. An Amish home's attic is designed to function similarly. Openings low at the eaves, soffit vents, allow cooler, denser air to enter. As this air warms and rises within the attic, it escapes through higher openings, typically at the peak of the roof, ridge vents, or through gable vents. This creates a continuous, natural convection current that flushes out superheated air without any mechanical assistance. So, what exactly is this $4 solution? It's not a single product, but the application of a simple principle using readily available, inexpensive materials. For the Amish, it often involved ensuring unimpeded pathways for air at the eaves and gables, and providing screened openings. Often, a few dollars worth of basic materials, some hardware cloth or screening to prevent pests, and perhaps a small piece of wood to ensure insulation doesn't block the eave vents, was all that was needed to establish or improve this crucial airflow. It's about creating the pathway, not installing a complex machine. Historically, many homes, including those built by the Amish, incorporated basic eave vents, sometimes called soffit vents, and gable vents. The fix might have been as simple as ensuring these existing vents were not blocked by insulation or debris, or adding very basic, screened openings where none existed. A roll of inexpensive screening and a few wooden slats could be fashioned into effective, pest-proof gable vents, or used to create baffles at the eaves, preventing insulation from blocking the airflow. This ensures a consistent, passive air exchange throughout the year. A key insight from the Amish approach is the importance of preventing blockages. In modern attics, insulation often expands or shifts, inadvertently covering the critical air intake vents at the eaves. Even if soffit vents exist, if they are blocked, the stack effect cannot occur. The $4 solution often centered on simple, handmade baffles or air chutes, crafted from scrap wood or even rigid cardboard, ensuring a clear channel for air to flow from the soffit into the attic space, even with abundant insulation. It's a fundamental element for any passive ventilation system. The cost, indeed, was minimal. Imagine a roll of hardware cloth, durable wire mesh typically used for pest control, costing just a few dollars for a sufficient length. Add a few scraps of lumber, perhaps repurposed from other projects, and you have the raw materials for a robust, passive ventilation system. This isn't about specialized components, it's about applying fundamental engineering principles with basic, accessible resources. It underscores a philosophy of ingenuity and making the most of what's available, a cornerstone of sustainable living. The effectiveness of this simple approach lies in its continuous nature. Unlike intermittent attic fans, passive ventilation works 24/7, year-round, without consuming a single watt of electricity. It constantly flushes out hot, stale air and introduces cooler, fresher air. This not only lowers attic temperatures significantly but also helps to manage moisture, preventing condensation which can lead to mold and rot. It's a natural, self-regulating system that simply harnesses the physics of heat and air density. The direct impact on air conditioning bills is immediate and substantial. A cooler attic means less heat radiating into your home, so your AC unit doesn't have to work as hard or as long. But the savings don't stop there. By reducing the overall thermal load on your home, you extend the lifespan of your HVAC system, delaying costly repairs or replacements. Furthermore, cooler attic spaces help preserve your insulation, making it more effective for longer, which contributes to lower heating bills in the winter as well. Beyond the financial benefits, there's the invaluable return of comfort. Imagine your upstairs bedrooms no longer feeling like an oven on hot summer nights. Imagine your home feeling more consistently temperate, without those oppressive hotspots. This isn't achieved through expensive, energy-hungry appliances, but through a thoughtful, fundamental design that respects natural forces. The Amish understood that true comfort isn't bought, but built into the very fabric of your home's design, a principle largely forgotten in many modern constructions. An often overlooked benefit of a properly ventilated attic is the increased durability of your home itself. Extreme heat fluctuations can stress building materials, leading to premature cracking, warping, and degradation. By moderating attic temperatures, you extend the life of your roof shingles, your structural lumber, and even electrical components. This proactive approach prevents future, far more expensive repairs. The Amish built homes to last for generations, and their ventilation strategies were a silent contributor to that enduring quality. Heat isn't the only enemy in an attic, moisture is just as destructive. Warm, humid air from the living spaces can rise into the cooler attic, condense, and lead to problems like mold, mildew, and rot, particularly in colder months. Proper attic ventilation flushes out this humid air, preventing condensation and maintaining a drier, healthier environment. This protects insulation effectiveness and preserves structural integrity, safeguarding your home from hidden water damage that can be incredibly costly to remediate. It's a year-round protective measure. Now, let's contrast this with many modern homes. Driven by an emphasis on airtightness and increasingly complex mechanical systems, we often seal our attics to an extreme, creating the very cooking effect we discussed. We then try to compensate with energy-intensive solutions. The modern approach often involves throwing technology and money at a problem that could be fundamentally mitigated with far simpler, more elegant, and cheaper design choices. It's a stark difference in philosophy, passive efficiency versus active intervention. The wisdom of the Amish, born from generations of observation and practical experience, offers a powerful lesson. It's not about rejecting technology, but understanding fundamental principles that technology should ideally complement, not replace. In our pursuit of advanced solutions, we sometimes bypass the elegant simplicity that has served humanity well for centuries. The idea that a few dollars and a basic understanding of physics could dramatically improve the performance and comfort of our homes is a truth we've largely forgotten. So, how can you tell if your attic is cooking you alive? Beyond high utility bills, signs include an upstairs that's consistently warmer than downstairs, especially during summer. Feeling hot air radiating down from the ceiling, or even noticing your roof shingles look prematurely aged and curled, are all indicators. A quick, safe inspection of your attic on a hot day will immediately reveal the temperature difference. If it's stiflingly hot, even with your AC running, your attic likely needs to breathe. A simple, safe DIY inspection can illuminate the issue. Carefully access your attic on a hot, sunny day. Look for soffit vents along the underside of your eaves. Are they present? Are they visibly clear of debris like leaves or wasp nests? Inside the attic, check if insulation is blocking the path from these soffit vents into the attic space. Are there any baffles guiding the air? Finally, look for higher vents, gable vents at the ends of the house or a ridge vent along the peak. A lack of clear pathways for air intake and exhaust is usually the culprit. For most modern homeowners, the $4 solution today might translate to a slightly higher cost due to material and tool access, but the principle remains the same. You're looking to create or clear ventilation pathways. This could mean purchasing inexpensive attic baffles, often made of foam or plastic, to ensure airflow from soffits, or simply cleaning existing vents. A roll of hardware cloth and some basic framing wood to create or repair a simple gable vent still remains remarkably affordable compared to mechanical solutions. One of the easiest and most impactful fixes for a modern home is to install attic baffles. These are simple channels placed at the eaves, between the roof rafters, which ensure that insulation does not block the airflow from your soffit vents into the main attic space. They are typically made from rigid foam, cardboard, or plastic and are very inexpensive, often costing just a few dollars each. Installing them is a straightforward DIY task for anyone comfortable in an attic, immediately improving the potential for natural convection. Sometimes, the solution is even simpler, mere maintenance. Over time, soffit vents can become clogged with paint, dust, spiderwebs, or even insect nests. Gable vents might be blocked by old siding or internal debris. A thorough cleaning can restore their functionality. This costs virtually nothing but time and effort. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most effective solutions aren't about adding something new, but about ensuring existing components can perform their intended function as designed, a principle the Amish would certainly endorse. For optimal passive ventilation, a continuous ridge vent running along the peak of your roof, combined with soffit vents, creates the most efficient stack effect. Hot air escapes uniformly along the entire ridge, drawing in cooler air from below. While installing a new ridge vent might be more involved than a $4 DIY, costing hundreds, it is still a passive, highly effective, and one-time investment that completely eliminates the need for electric attic fans, saving money and energy for decades. It's the ultimate natural airflow solution. The return on investment for simple attic ventilation is remarkable. Even if you spend a few $100s on materials or professional installation for baffles and improved vents, the energy savings alone will quickly recoup that cost, often within a single cooling season. Then, for years to come, you reap the benefits of lower bills, increased comfort, and a longer-lasting home. It's one of the few home improvements that pays for itself so reliably, proving that sometimes, the simplest solutions offer the greatest value. The lesson from the Amish about attic ventilation extends far beyond just keeping your roof space cool. It's a philosophy about problem-solving, seeking elegant, fundamental solutions that work with nature, rather than battling against it with brute force or expensive technology. It encourages us to look at our homes as integrated systems, where a small change in one area can have profound, positive ripple effects throughout. It's about empowering homeowners to understand their environment and make informed, sensible decisions. This documentary aims not just to highlight a problem and a solution, but to empower you, the homeowner, with knowledge. You don't need to be an HVAC expert or spend thousands to make a real difference in your home's energy efficiency and comfort. By understanding the simple physics of air movement and the timeless wisdom of those who built sustainably out of necessity, you can identify issues, implement low-cost fixes, and reclaim control over your indoor climate and your utility bills. The Amish solution stands as a quiet challenge to much of modern building practice. Why do we so often design homes that create problems, only to then sell expensive solutions for them? The answer often lies in complexity, profit margins, and a disconnect from fundamental natural principles. This isn't to say modern technology is inherently bad, but rather that it should be applied thoughtfully, building upon, rather than ignoring, the time-tested wisdom of passive design and natural efficiency. In an age of smart homes and interconnected devices, there's an undeniable allure to high-tech solutions. But sometimes, the smartest solution is the simplest one, the one that leverages natural laws with minimal intervention. Reclaiming this common-sense approach to home design and maintenance can lead to a more comfortable, more affordable, and more resilient living environment. The $4 Amish fix isn't just about ventilation, it's a call to reevaluate our priorities and embrace ingenuity over extravagance. This lesson transcends geographical boundaries and architectural styles. Whether in a hot desert climate or a humid temperate zone, the principles of allowing heat to escape and air to circulate remain universally critical for building efficiency and comfort. From ancient Roman impluviums to traditional Japanese machiya houses, cultures across the globe have developed passive cooling strategies. The Amish simply demonstrate a particularly potent and accessible example of applying these universal, timeless truths in a practical, affordable way for residential structures. So, what can you do next? Start by safely assessing your attic's current ventilation. Look for blocked soffit vents, inadequate gable vents, or a complete lack of proper exhaust at the ridge. Consider installing simple attic baffles to ensure clear airflow. If you're undertaking a roof replacement, absolutely prioritize a continuous ridge vent and ensure your soffit intake is unobstructed. These seemingly small actions can yield profound results, transforming your home from a heat trap into a comfortable, efficient sanctuary. The story of the Amish and their $4 attic fix is more than just a home improvement tip, it's a powerful reminder of the enduring value of simplicity, ingenuity, and understanding fundamental principles. In a world increasingly complex, often the most impactful solutions are those that hark back to basic truths. Your attic doesn't need expensive gadgets to be comfortable and efficient, it just needs to breathe, a lesson the Amish have championed for generations, a lesson we are wise to rediscover. Imagine a summer where your air conditioning runs less, your energy bills shrink, and your upstairs rooms are finally as comfortable as the rest of your home. This isn't a distant dream, it's an achievable reality by embracing insights that are centuries old. The Amish fixed their homes for comfort and longevity with minimal expense, demonstrating a path we can all follow. By applying these time-tested principles, we can build a more sustainable, comfortable, and cost-effective future, one attic at a time. Your home is a living system, and its attic is its lungs. If those lungs are clogged and overheating, the entire organism suffers. By allowing your attic to breathe, by embracing the simple, elegant solution that cost the Amish pennies centuries ago, you're not just saving money or increasing comfort, you're breathing new life into your entire home. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes, the answers to our most pressing modern challenges are found not in what's new, but in what's enduringly true.